everybody want to be bodybuilder, but no one is heavy ass weights.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 60 of Buckets of Duckets. I am your host in Seattle, Washington, Chase Myers. And every week I talk to my best friend and hilarious comedian in Mandeville, Louisiana, the one, Josh Watts.
What's up, shitheads? This is episode 60. And this is a rough one for me, guys. I just found out right before this that my best friend doesn't think I'm funny. So, this is 30 more than episode 30, and at episode 30, I was just happy and fulfilled, and my heart felt whole, and I thought I was funny. I was like, I'm a funny guy, my best friend thinks so if nobody else does. But nope. I don't even know what comedy is anymore. I don't even know.
So, guys, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, rate, review, leave a comment, tell your friends.
Or don't! It doesn't matter! It's not real!
Streaming platforms, 5-star review. We got another 5-star this week. We appreciate you, Apple Podcasts.
It's live!
I might read that later. Just keep giving in. Just keep showing us love. We'll keep showing you love. You know how it is. We just pray that your buckets are filled with ducats. And we're just all about positivity over here. That's all we are, is just positive people. Okay, so let me explain Josh's energy right quick. All right.
It's heartbroken energy is what it is. It's heartbroken. It's heartbroken.
Josh does a set the other night, and he sends me
at an open mic. Right? At an open mic. Just an open mic set.
He's just at a bar, just chasing his dreams, right? He's just there, and there's a bunch of
wasting my fucking time.
And Josh is he's wanting some feedback, right? So he records a set, sends it to his best friend in the whole world, me, or at least at one point I was.
Used to be.
And then I listened to it. I thought it was good, and I said, "Hey man, let's talk about this before we record, because sometimes through text messaging, people can get their feelings hurt whenever you're critiquing sets and stuff." And so I was trying to eliminate.
Then he stood up, turned around, and spread his butt cheeks and just shit right there on the table and said, "That was your set." That's what he did. Right before I started, I tried to hit record in the middle of it to get it. Y'all didn't see it.
This is what you're serving the people.
You feel good about
people
this?
Deserve that? Do you think they deserve that? You think they came to eat your poop? Is that what you think they came for?
You eat the poop!
A comedy show. Joshua, watch you eat the poop, okay? Have these people eating poop. Bobby Knight is like a crazy college coach that coached at Indiana. He's the one that throws the chair.
I know Bobby Knight
in the middle of the game. So another great story of his is one time he's from the class of a coach fucking screams at you till you hate yourself, and there's no joy in sports, and you fucking do it right. You do it my way. You get the fuck out of here. And he's one of those guys. And he came in at halftime of a game all pissed off. He's like, "You're playing like fucking shit. Everybody's playing like shit here." And apparently he wiped his ass to illustrate shit because they had no idea. And he showed the pit. This is what you're playing like. You're playing like poopy shit. And he just was showing them shit and made them feel real bad. They didn't turn around anything at all. And ended up being why he got fired eventually.
I was like, not one person was like, "Why did you just have shitty pants? Why are your pants just shitty?"
Why because they're scared to ask any questions. All right, the fucking Bob Knight, if he wants to walk around with shit in his booty, that's what he can do. You know what I'm saying? That's up to him. So man, I got a couple. All right. So I got a shitty booty story to go.
Oh
later.
wait,
I feel like we got loose ends on this set.
Yeah.
So all right. So after I shit on a plate and fucking rubbed Josh's nose in it and stuff, it turns out that hurt his feelings. Turned out it hurt his little feelings. He don't like poop on his nose, and I'm fucking hitting him with a goddamn newspaper and
I've been
saying,
trying to brush it out of my beard.
Yeah. This is what I said. This is what I said to Josh. I said, I like that this is hilarious. Yeah, how childish are we? Listen to the sentence I'm about to say.
I want it in the world. I want the world to know how fucking fragile I am.
I like that poop bit you're doing because that's what we talk about. We talk about poop, apparently. We're just some grown men who just can't go a fucking episode without talking about poop. I got a poop story.
What?
To follow this story up with. And I'm trying to keep it in the back of my mind so I don't
I got shit in my pants right now.
All right, welcome to Buckets of Poop, people. That's what we do over here. So I tell Josh, yo, I like that poop thing you got going on. It's a real artistic view of it. Like people, like it's gonna change the world when they hear the way that your daughter poops. It's really phenomenal. But I wouldn't, if I've heard you end the joke in a similar way, I wouldn't use, you can't just use that same ending. And then that's when Josh's eyes started to well up with tears and went out of his way to let me know that's the only joke. That's the only joke that he ends that way. And I'm clearly a fool for thinking that I heard him end other jokes that way.
You're a fool and a liar is what you
And so
it broke my goddamn heart. It broke my heart. I
just walked away.
I did. I literally got up and had to walk out of the room. And I didn't go down and hug my kids I just stood in the hallway and stared into darkness. The lights aren't even on out there. I just stared into darkness and thought my whole life and friendship is a fucking fraud.
Just stood right outside of the camera.
I don't understand why I didn't get unabashed praise.
Oh, okay. All right, Josh.
Pull it together. Pull it together, Josh.
Don't
let him see you cry. Don't let him see you cry.
It's just me versus the world, I guess. I guess it's just me versus the world and nobody else. I
will admit,
that's it.
My placeholder I have used, and then I just drove away, is a placeholder. But after quarantine, I stopped doing all of my jokes and started doing new ones. And Chase just broke my fucking heart. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I expected, like, nothing but, like, you're the funniest motherfucker that's ever walked the planet. There is not a goddamn thing I can tell you about what you did at your open mic. Nothing.
What are you even looking for advice for? What is this, just to show me how perfect you are? Like, I don't even understand.
And as somebody who doesn't drink, I had drank 2 Fosters, which is 4 beers, right before I went on stage. So, like, that couldn't have possibly affected how I nearly tripped over my own feet, and I talk about it at the beginning of the set, that I nearly just walked off the stage by accident, and it was fucking killer. Chase didn't appreciate it, but it was gold.
You had a whole Kids Bop thing in there that I thought was funny. I thought there was a lot of Kids Bop comebacks and stuff that I'm pretty sure you made up on the spot. I did. There was 45 kids sitting right there in the set. Like, they don't ID at this bar anymore, so it was just like, a kid brought a sippy cup in. I was like, this doesn't seem good. But for real, like, all he said was, I think you've used that ending before. And, like, the next scene is just me walking home with my head down while the Charlie Brown music plays. Just raining on you.
But I'm so fucking, comedians, maybe not all of them, this Mohawk meat castle is so goddamn fragile. I just stood in the hallway. It was like, don't cry. We got a podcast, dude. It's already Sunday night. You got to do it tonight. You can't put it off anymore.
Tonight we got to do it. There's no
push those feelings down and don't feel them. That's how you do it. That's how you process it.
That's how we do the show every week. We just push down our feelings. All right, so I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't know.
No, it's my fault for asking.
I thought it would have been better to do it face to face instead, because I thought maybe through text there was a chance this could happen. But I thought, oh well, he'll see.
No, that made it hurt. That made it hurt even more because you sat on that for a week before you. Like, you had a week to realize how bad that was going to hurt me, and you still fucking did it. That's what makes it even worse. You sat on that for a week. It's like you just bought a knife and held it in your car and looked at it every day for a week, and then finally saw me and stuck me.
Just sharpening it every day.
I'm quitting comedy. I'm never doing another show again as long as I live.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. Well, I guess this is it for Buckets of Duckets. Guys, it's been a fun run. We appreciate all the 5 stars. Those
all
of you that kept that coming.
Lies.
All the lies. You're just out here telling people lies.
I'm never quitting this podcast until I meet Kelly Clarkson. She's going to bring us on her goddamn daytime talk show. And she's going to be like, oh, you guys are so fucking funny and handsome. And she's going to sit in between us. And then she's going to sing a song right in my face. And it's going to be the greatest thing ever. Then I'll quit the podcast. But until then, nah, dude. Kelly Clarkson is going to sing right in my fucking face and give me COVID. Right in my face.
I was surprised how few people were like, hey, why was the thumbnail just a huge ass Kelly Clarkson on the last episode? We didn't really get a lot of like, what's going on with all the Kelly Clarkson lately that's been we're not talking about her. There's just pictures of her have been popping up when you watch our podcast lately.
I'll talk about Miss Clarkson any day that you want to talk about Kelly Clarkson is the day I will talk about her. I got a couple of, are you being, like, is there a reason you're shitting on Kelly Clarkson? I was like, oh, no. no.
It's respect.
My love is genuine. This is respect, love from a distance. Respectful love from a distance. I bought her albums. I've paid for them. I have CDs, and then I bought them on iTunes because I want to make sure she got that 1 cent a play. I support Kelly Clarkson. She's going to bring us on her show, talk about the world's most successful podcast. She's going to sit right in between us. I bet she smells like sunflowers. She's going to put her arm around you. She's going to put her arm around me, and she's going to have a mic in her hand. She's going to start singing. And then she's going to be singing a beautiful, sweet song to me, like right in my face. And then the other mic in her hand, you're going to grab it, and you're just going to bust out like a fucking Andre 3000 Bombs Over Baghdad rap. I'm like, oh, fuck! Holy shit! And then, boom, then we're going to start our career in music. Right?
Cool. Yeah, that's how you launch it off. I can't think of a better way to launch our careers than that.
Until you stab me in the fucking heart! And now it's not happening!
I'm calling Kelly Clarkson. I'm telling her no, we're not doing the show.
Sorry, Kelly, can't do it.
My co-star doesn't think I'm perfect.
That drunken set I did at open mic didn't impress him enough. My best friend of over a decade didn't appreciate it.
Felt like he could be honest with me. Can you fucking imagine that goddamn monster of a friend I have that thinks he could be real with me?
We're joking about it, but like it for real wounded me. It took me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Josh walked away. He legit walked away, and when we walked back, I was just staring off into the corner. I didn't know what energy we had. I was just staring off. Just didn't want to look at him. I was like, okay, I guess we start the show now. Now that we've
and then I just drove away, right?
It just drove away to the show right here.
I'll never say it again, ever.
So I only do shows outdoors now. That's what I went through. Dude. Whenever when we first came back, I was only doing comedy clubs, and then I did theaters, and then last week I did the wilderness, and then, man, nice light. Josh, that's a nice light you just turned on back there. It's a great addition to the show, and it's appreciated, and thank you. So
thanks, bud.
Now I've gotten to a point to where I did that private campground last week that went great, just fucking destroyed it, and then last night I did a show called Don't Tell Seattle, which
in the woods called Don't Tell.
No, last week was the woods. This is this week's outdoor show, and so it's called Don't Tell Seattle. They do these all over the country in just whatever city they do. You know, don't tell Dallas, don't tell whatever. And the premise is it's a secret show. It's a secret. You don't tell nobody about this show. And people buy tickets. They have no idea who's going to be on the show. They had no idea they're going to see the great Chase Myers that night. And they don't know where the show is going to be. They just buy a ticket to happiness. Just hopefully this works out for me. Hopefully this is a great way to spend my Saturday. And then at like noon, they tell them where the show is going to be, right? Man. And so this show is at a place called Growlers with a Z. Which is, what do you think Growlers is, Josh?
Big old shits. No, that's Grumpy's. I just started listening to Bubba Sparks again. Growlies is a Growlers.
Yeah.
Barbecue place.
Not bad. Yeah, there's a lot. So it's got like a double meaning. So one thing is a lot of people fuck around with what they call growlers out here, which are just like big ass canteens of alcohol or whatever, which is like surprisingly not a thing in Louisiana. Like I kind of couldn't believe that we don't have them.
So you mean a Yeti cup?
Right, but it's like it's different. It's like glass, you know, and you can like fill them up at gas stations and stuff. Like they'll just put whatever your favorite beer is in the growler. Yeah,
like a fountain drink, but alcohol.
Yeah. Like, you don't fill it up, but you give it to whoever, and they go, doesn't that seem like something Louisiana would have?
Well, yeah, we got drive-through daiquiri shops. Why do we not have, bruh?
Growlers,
we need to get on this.
So that's what it means. But this one was spelled with a Z, which is different. And then it turns out growlers is a pun for growling, because this is a bar/puppy daycare, Josh. I performed at a puppy daycare, and I looked up the pictures of it, and it looks like it's just somebody's house with a huge backyard, and it's just puppies running around. So I got all excited. I was like, yo, I'm going to go perform for so many puppies. I'm going to be just playing with puppy bellies, just getting in there, shaking their legs and stuff, just scratching their legs,
their breath smells like coffee.
Their legs move. Yeah, and I'm just so excited. I tell Travis about it. Like, Travis, I'm doing a show for puppies tonight, and he was like, I'm coming. So Travis came because we were gonna go see puppies. So I go to the show, and there's like one puppy there. Like, they got rid of the puppies and brought in all these fucking people. Like, I don't give a fuck about these people.
Get the puppies back.
Nah, bring the puppies back, yo. Let's do that. And so I do a show. And it's like a showcase style show, so it's everybody doing like 10 to 15 minutes. Your boy closed it out because, of course, I did.
Yeah, he did.
And but here's the Shitty Booty tie-in, right? Shitty Booty Boy is on this show. I'm still protecting his name, but I'm giving the location. So if you guys are curious, you can go and still do, process of elimination.
Look at the picture and figure out which one looks like they got shit in their pants.
Which one looks more likely to shit their pants? That's what I need you to. I need you to go make a judgment on that. But I don't know, it's the Don't Tell show, so they also didn't post like a list of the people. So I don't know, you gotta find it. Go look, go see, type in Don't Tell Seattle and find the breadcrumbs, people. It leads to poop. And so Travis is there, and the dude that poops his pants, he's just also like, he's just a fun dude to like riff with and like make fun of and stuff, because he does stuff like shit his pants.
Yeah, like shit his pants.
And he's like 5'7", so he's tiny. So like, he's just a tiny, just dirty booty dude, right? And he can take
like a little shitty hobbit,
just a little shit hobbit, and but he can take it. He can take all the jokes. It's real funny, right? And so I'm standing over in the corner, and I've moved away. I moved away from the group of comics, and then old dirty booty comes running up to me, and he goes, Travis just told me you talk about me on your podcast. And I look over, and I look over at Travis, and he is hunched over, dying laughing. and I, you know how I am. I'm just real about it. I was like, yeah, I've been talking about you shitting your pants on the podcast. And it's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I talked about how. And he was like, wait, which time?
Multiple episodes.
He was like, because I've done it twice, like on shows that me and you've been on, I've done it twice. I was like, oh, I know, and so do my listeners. They know too, because I made sure to tell them both times, and I told them that too. I was like, oh, it's not just one episode. He asked me, he said, what episode do you talk about it on? And I was like, well, I mean, most. Kinda. I mean, it could be like 10, honestly, dude. It comes up a lot. Like, it really comes up a lot. Like, I don't know. And then I told him, I was like, well, I remember the initial one was the one we called Comedian Destroys Pants. So if you want to go
we named it after you, bro.
Yeah, we named it after him. So, but I told him, I was like, look, I've been very careful about protecting your identity. I've made sure I didn't even promote this show before it happened because I knew you were on it. I caught myself before I did it. And he was like, look, honestly, he was like, you're the only person that's happened to me at a show where I messaged and you tried to help. Like, you didn't just laugh at me. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, that's why I felt like I could talk about it.
Then you owe me.
I felt, so exactly. So because I helped, I can humiliate you for as long as I need to now. Now I can just, anytime I need a quick laugh, I could just go, you remember my shitty booty friend? You remember my friend who's going to go do comedy? He got so nervous he shit everywhere. You remember him? Yeah, he's got a sickness or whatever, but it's also just funny to act like he doesn't. And so, so we had that moment, which was... it was fun. That's
a beautiful moment. That's a beautiful moment.
Yeah, so I got a lot off my chest. I was like, dude, you have no idea the just what it's been weighing on my heart to walk around not being able to tell you I talk about your dirty booty. Like, it's just I've done multiple shows. I've done so many shows with him. I've done 2 shows with him. two shows with him this week, Josh. I did two shows with him this week, and just looking him in the face, just knowing there's hours of material out there of me talking about him shitting his pants. And,
did you tell him the only reason you do shows with him is because you hope he does it again?
It's because I need more stuff to talk about. It's because I need another example of Booty Watch so that we can keep that segment going. You know, like we've gone through like,
oh man,
there's some classes. There's the Rusty and Dusty Booty Watch, and then there's the comedian Booty Watch. And
if there's ever been somebody who sounds like they shit their pants, it's brothers named Rusty and Dusty. Yep. You for sure got shitty pants. There's no way you don't. If I meet you and your name's Rusty, I'm like, oh, he's got shit in his pants right now.
There's this girl that was on the show with us called her name's Stephanie Nam, and I had never done a show with her, and she does the real good like deadpan kind of just like offbeat kind of comedy type thing, and I don't know how she got into it. At some point she started talking about how everybody's gonna die, and then she was like puppies. All the puppies are gonna die, and then everybody started dying laughing just because of her offbeat thing. And then she's like, yeah, like there's a dog here, right? Like, and then she like found the dog, and she was like, puppy, you're gonna die. And then she did the rest of her set. People seemed to be okay with it, but she did. So I had to follow her. That was my next set. And so I was like, is everybody doing okay now that you know your puppies are gonna die, huh? Everybody okay? And then I literally had to like break. I was like, I've never met Stephanie. This is the first show me and Stephanie have done together. I didn't know Stephanie was the type of person to look a dog in the eye and tell it it's gonna die. I didn't realize the type of psycho. Do you understand the
concept of mortality?
I didn't realize the psycho I was doing shows with. I had no idea how unsafe I was. That's around here. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So, yeah, I'm going to look out for her a lot. She's talented. She's a funny person. But she's the type of person that tells a dog to her face. That makes me sad, man. It's going to die.
Yeah. I got to take advantage of having two small children today. A lady was walking down the street right in front when we got back from getting groceries, and she was walking a dog on a leash, and it looked exactly like an Ewok. And then in her hand, she had a 6-week-old puppy that was like this big. And I have never in my life seen a dog I didn't want to pet, first of all. I've never seen a dog I didn't want to pet. Any little ugly dog, big dog, I want to pet every dog there is. So I was like, oh, I want to pet those dogs. And then Zoe just ran down the street and goes, hey, lady, can I please pet your pretty dogs? And the lady just like came over. And then I got to do Zoe asked if she could hold it. And I was like, why don't you let me help you? And so the lady handed me the puppy so I could give it to Zoe. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get it. Oh, and then I just held on to it for like 10 minutes. And I was pushing her out of the way.
Just smelling that puppy.
Oh, man, when they lick your puppy's breath smells like coffee. And it's like the greatest. It's the greatest. Oh, it's the greatest. And then so I got to love on some stranger's puppy and blame it on my kids. I almost watched Henry choke the Ewok to death because he put his arms around it to hug it. But he was behind it, and he was like,
ah, I love it so much.
I'm going to hug him and squeeze him and call him George. But I get to do that all the time because the kids will ask to pet strangers' dogs constantly, and I'm like, oh, let me help you.
What a great play. Kids, we're running the puppy play, all right? Boom. Get out there. Go be adorable, touch them puppies. I'll come help. I'll be right there.
They hate dogs. They hate them. They just know that they know that they'll get dinner if they go in.
Let's do this for Papa. All right, let's do this. Old Papa Bear. Yeah, man, but it was cool. I really, that's the first, a lot of the shows I've done because I'm so goddamn good have been like, just like, host feature headliner sets. Like I've only been doing shows with like this was the first like, one of the first like showcase shows I've done where there's like 7 or 8 comics on and I got to see all my friends again. Yeah. And it was like, even though puppies weren't there was like that aura of like puppies were just here. Like they were here today, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we're just outside and it's sunny and stuff. And so it's just
puppies
a good time.
Used to be right here.
Puppies were, I could still, like if you stay still, like you kind of hear them every now and then. You can hear the puppies. There's still like play toys and squeaky toys and stuff around. And they've definitely shit and pissed everywhere through here. We're just walking out through it. Fun. But, yeah. But no, it was dope. I want to perform at all the puppy daycares. Yeah. I think that's my new tour. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to... this has got Taylor Clark, who's a comedian out here who's really good. and he's some kind of way gimmicked his way into being the adult skateboarder guy. Like,
it's a good gimmick.
Yeah, and he got together with some like skateboarding publication or something like that, and they sponsored a tour for him to go around performing at skate parks. And I hate him so fucking much I just hate his success.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And it's and I feel like it's directly against, that could have been me. I could have been the old skateboarder guy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows I watched X Games 6 years ago. Everybody knows that about me. Okay. Why can't I be the skateboard guy?
I've had like 3 skateboards probably.
Easily. I used to watch Robin Big. Okay. Why can't I watch Ridiculous Today?
Watch Robin Big.
Why can't I be a skateboard guy? Can't you sponsor my skateboard tour? You know?
That Robin Big reference hits perfect. That's perfect.
That was
like one of the last shows I remember watching on MTV, and just like, I fucking love this show.
Yeah.
I've gotten in trouble because I've let Zoe watch I Think You Should Leave with me.
Yeah.
And the new season came
now
out.
She's making everybody uncomfortable.
And she thinks the part where he chokes on the hot dog and then throws up on the bag. Do you know
Amazing.
that? She makes me
like
watch that over and over and over. Because just when he's all freaking out and they pull it out and he throws up on the bag, and then when he talks and it freezes and he's got like vomit in his teeth, she laughs. Like, she'll turn red in the face laughing at that. And the one where he's driving and when he grabs the steering wheel, he acts like it hurts. And when the honk, he doesn't know how to drive when he's in the van. She will, like, her face turns red, doubled over laughing at that. She got up. She peed on the couch. She laughed so hard, she had peed on the couch. A 5-year-old. And as her father, who is a comedian, I was fucking furious. I could not believe. Holy shit. I've told you so many jokes.
You've been living with a comedian your whole life. You talk to a comedian every day of your life.
She explained it so much to
I just had to shove
Michelle.
a hot dog down my mouth.
That's all it took? She's talked about it so much to Michelle that today she was like, show mama that video. And like, it's not bad, but it's probably not something a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old should know by heart.
Right.
So I put it on, and
she's
I'm
gonna be
like,
a comedy writer. That's amazing.
Dude, I told
for her to attach to that so early, she's gonna be a comedy writer.
She thinks it's funny that like she gets when he throws up on the bag, but then complains because he almost tripped on it and steps on the vomit to point. She points out that it's so funny that he taps his foot in the vomit. Like, she picks up. It's awesome.
Yeah, man.
So, but I was trying to lie to Michelle right to her face and say, we don't watch it that much together. But Zoe's been talking about it for a week or whatever. And then, do you know the baby in between the thing where
the music in between? When
it switched, Henry, who is almost a mute, barely says anything. He says hi and bye and like, yeah, and like, that's it. I said, we don't watch it that much. And then it was switching between sketches. And he stood up on the bench and goes, bay. Like the exact rhythm of the song right after. And Michelle just looked at me and I was like, that's crazy.
Man, it picks up quick, doesn't he? That's crazy. That's like the first time you've seen it.
It was so fucking funny and cool that it was hard for me to like, I'm not upset about it at all.
You almost like that in real life is almost I think you should leave sketch. Like that's very much like that's very true to Tim Robbins sketch.
If you haven't seen it and you listen, it's the funniest show I've seen on Netflix.
Yeah, it's got 2 seasons of it. It's 100% approval amongst comedians. It seems like it's really cool when
great.
It's really cool when there's something that comes out that like all of comedy starts watching or whatever. And
yeah, it was like the new Nate Bargatze special. It was the same way.
Yep. Everybody was watching it. Everybody was watching his great donut joke. Oh, first one, just cranking out donut jokes.
I put off watching the newest one until over the weekend. I finally watched it. It's really good.
I know really it is.
But even Michelle was like, he sounds like Chase, but Chase is funnier. So Michelle thinks. But she picks up on like the same, we've been over this a billion times.
Yeah, I know.
It's a funny special though.
I need to walk away for a second. Actually, it's just this really brought me down. So,
all right, that's fair.
I just thought I was funny on my own. You know, I just thought I was funny and perfect on my own. I didn't deserve that.
I thought I could be honest with you.
It's just, look, if we know anything about our relationship is we should never be honest with each other. Okay, we are each other's yes men forever. Okay, we fucking do everything great. But yeah, let's talk. Yeah, Tim Robbins. So Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
Is he's great. The dude used to. It's funny because he's got that thing. He wrote on SNL for a while, and then was a cast member for 1 year, and then they didn't like him on the cast, and then he goes back to writing for like a year, and now this is like his vehicle.
I don't remember him at all on Saturday Night Live. Like I don't remember
it was just
him
one
at all.
season. Yeah, but this is like his vehicle to like do all the stuff that SNL wouldn't let him do, and it's really cool to see like it work out that way.
It's funny that he got like I guess fired from SNL or left or
everybody
whatever.
Gets fired eventually. Yeah,
and SNL has just gone downhill, and this is like the funniest sketch show probably since Key and Peele. I mean, I guess maybe it's the only one since Key and Peele. Whatever. But it's really funny. It's yeah, we ain't gotta explain shit. It's very weird, and I like it a lot. My kids, they think it's funny that he screams so much, which is really funny. But Zoe, I was really proud that she picks up on the little stuff. Like it's funny that he threw up on the bag, but is asking them because she gets that at 5. I think that's pretty smart. She's gonna be a better comic than me, probably. So. She's
gonna write on SNL. Yeah.
Right now, her favorite joke is what did the cat say when he steps on his paw?
Okay.
And she goes, meow! And then she'll go, like she's so proud of herself.
Fucking nailed it.
Fucking nailed it.
Are you, can you use chopsticks?
Yes.
You can do chopsticks. Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, I can do them pretty good. Oh man, this is embarrassing. We used to, my family growing up, we would at 8, and I'm not shitting you, Chinese food after church every Sunday for as long as I can remember. Okay. And to the
we were
point,
a Popeyes family. we would go get
Sunday.
Popeyes after.
The Chinese Inn in Denham Springs, Louisiana.
Yeah,
every Sunday. And
that place used to go hard. Big buffet,
buddy. That buffet was my shit. My eyes, my shit. It's a reason I had a weight problem my whole life.
And I loved it. Thank you, China Buffet.
But it was so much to the point that, like, there has been more than one occasion where we have gotten, like, fancy engraved chopsticks. I have sterling silver chopsticks with my name engraved on them. Yeah, I have.
It's like when you go to a pool hall by yourself and you bring your own stick and you pull it out of a case and screw it together.
I have never once used them, but I have a set. I'll have to find them for the next episode. I have a set that says Joshua Watts and the S. The S's are Superman symbols, and they're like sterling silver chopsticks that I got for Christmas that I would never ever bring into a restaurant and actually use, but they look cool. But like that's like a family gift, multiple years. So yeah, I know how to use chopsticks.
I believe I can use some chopsticks. So I'm nothing but just old, just simple country boy, right? And we didn't go. We didn't go to the Chinese Inn, to the Chinese buffet after we went to Popeyes, like I said. Okay, we fast food people, and so and so I got these baby taste buds, right? Where I'm like, where's the cheeseburgers at? You know what I'm saying? And it gets me in trouble when I'm hanging around other adults who have experienced life and and foods and stuff. And so I go with some coworkers, some people I work with. One of my friends, one of my coworkers was being driven to the airport. I live right next to the airport. And so I was like, well, I definitely won't pick you up and bring you to the airport, but since you're so close, I'll go to eat with you. Maybe y'all can drive out and I'll go to eat with you. But yeah, definitely get somebody else to bring you to the thing that's right next to my house. And so that's what we did. We set those plans up. and they're like, oh, let's go to this like dumpling place. And I was like, yeah, I can handle dumplings.
Fucking
like I've ate so many dumplings in my life. I can do that. There's no problem, right? And but I didn't know this type of dumpling. It's
not chicken and dumplings, right?
Yeah, it's not. I was thinking chicken and dumplings. I was like, man, who the fuck you talking to? Like, I can eat that. And but
what
no,
a disappointment. I like dumplings, but chicken and dumplings is like one of my favorite meals. So if you get in your mind that you're going to eat a dumpling restaurant, you're like, oh fuck yeah, and then you get there and it's not. Oh man.
Yeah. Now it was still good. It was just I was over my head. Was what happened. Is first off,
you were over here.
Yeah, I'm too old to have needed so many things explained to me. You know
I just loved it. Like you're just at a dumpling restaurant with your friend. You're like, I'm in over my head. I can't. This is too much.
My hands up. Okay.
You just back out. You're like, you know what? This is too much.
This is a bad idea. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm
gonna waste your time. I'm just gonna make everybody mad. I'm gonna go.
I'm just gonna be in the way. Okay. I'm just gonna be in the way. I'll just remove myself. Mike, have a great trip. I hope you have a good trip, but I'm going to go. And so we sit at the table, and there's a paper and a pencil, like a pen at the table. And I was like, oh, fuck, do I have to take a test? And then that got a laugh because that was my move. I was just gonna be as fucking funny as possible to offset how uncultured I am. And so I'm like, what is this, a test? If I fail the test, they're gonna bring me chicken tenders or something? Is that what it is?
That'd be great.
Because do they have chicken tenders? Because man, you think they could bring chicken tenders? You think they got ranch? I hope they have ranch. And so it's my friend Tabitha and her boyfriend, which you may remember me. I never mentioned her name. I'm doing it now. I think he listens to the pod, so it'd be fun. But many episodes ago, I talked about her because I hadn't met her boyfriend James yet. And she showed a picture of me to James as like, hey, this is my friend Chase that I've been talking about and been friends with. And James was totally okay with me and Tabitha being friends because he wasn't threatened by me. He didn't think that he was like, his exact words were like, I thought he was like a supermodel type dude. And then I got real upset because I was like, what the fuck are you talking? Of course, let me take my shirt off right now. Watch what happens. All right. Like, and so
I'm gonna step away for a minute. Honestly.
Yeah. I just, you know what? I need to gather myself for a minute, but,
how much does that sting that she shows him a picture and he's like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, y'all can be friends. So I got mad. I'm not trying to hit on Tabitha or anything. She's genuinely a good friend of mine. But now I'm trying to make sure James doesn't feel comfortable when we go hang out anymore. So every time that we've kicked it since then, I've been super hot. I've been hella hot. Like I just do curls right before I see them and stuff. Or I'm just fucking hot. I'm just covered in baby grease and stuff, just covered in oil, just all shiny. And, I'm just trying to put some pressure on him. I don't like that he just was. Tabitha's a good friend. I'm not trying to hit on Tabitha, but I don't want you just feeling like you could just leave us alone. Okay, that's not what I don't appreciate that at all. And so,
oh fuck.
So I'm already upset. Well, we've hung out since then. This is not the first time we've met. Me and James know each other. I've never had that conversation with him, so I can't wait for him to listen to this. And so, but I know him well. But he does the thing where he's alpha. So he takes over. He's not normally alpha, but in this situation, he decided, like, I know my way around these dumplings. I got it, right? And so he grabs it, and he just, like, you know, he fucking aces the test. He checks off all the greatest dumplings are on their way. They're all coming, all the good ones. He's got some green beans are coming. There's some noodles coming. There's all kind of stuff, and it's like family style. That's why you fill out the fucking paper. Is because everybody eats. They bring just a barrel of dumplings, and everybody eats off of the same. So that also puts pressure on me now because now we all have to reach into the middle of the table to grab our dumplings. So we have to watch each person grab dumplings. And I'm seeing that there's only chopsticks and chopsticks only. There's not a fork. It's not a fork. Josh just said I should stab it. He didn't say it loud, but he gave the.
I stopped saying it because I thought that might be where you were going with it. You just took a chopstick and stuck it.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. But no, in my head, I was like, I mean, fucking. So this is what happens. This is my history with chopsticks. Every 2 years, I fuck up and find myself in a chopstick situation. Everybody laughs at me, shows me how to do chopsticks, and then somebody brings me a fork, right? And so. And that's exactly what happened here. But in my head, I was like, "You're not gonna fucking get me. I know I can goddamn do this." I was like, "How fucking hard could it be to take two sticks?"
You fucking got this, Chase. You got it.
And fucking pinch the goddamn sticks together and grab a dumpling. Fucking man up and pinch these sticks together and grab that dumpling. Right? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, Chase. Let's do this. Right? That's why you ate all that food for. Let's go. And so I go for it, and everybody just immediately stops eating and looks at me because I'm just flailing away. I'm grabbing it. It's not falling. They're all like, I could feel the Snickers. I don't know if they really were, but it felt like Snickers were happening. And yeah,
you can feeling them is worse than if they're actually happening.
Oh, dude, I'm just staring straight down now. Now I'm just staring straight down. I won't look anybody in the eyes. I'm just grabbing at them, and now people are trying to talk me through it. I'm like, I know how to fucking do it. I know what I'm doing. That's
the best way to respond. That's the best way to respond when people try to help you. I fucking got it.
I fucking got it. Sit down. Everybody calm the fuck down. I ain't 32 years old, don't know how to use chopsticks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Just 32 years old, don't know how to use chopsticks. Okay. And so I'm just flailing away, and eventually I grab my plate and bring it closer to the barrel of dumplings, and just kind of like just push it over to the plate, and then. And then Tabitha, it was like, okay, so you hold it like a pencil, right? You hold this one like a pencil, and I was like, oh fuck. And so now I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, like a pencil. And it's like, and you grab the other side, and she's explaining like, and then the waiter comes up, and he sees that everybody's staring at me while and they go, oh, good job, Chase, good job. Oh, good boy. And he goes, he was like, would you like a fork? And he was like, Dennis, I used his name. Dennis, there's nothing I would love more than a goddamn fork. Could you please bring me a fork, sir? And he brought me a fork, and then I gotta make jokes because now I'm like, and also, can you bring me some coloring paper and some crayons because I am a child, and so now
I'll make a real angry drawing.
Yeah, and so now I'm eating with a fork while everybody else is all cultured with their fucking chopsticks and thinking they're better than me. But now I have the power of America. I have a fork, so I can outget his family style. It's everybody up for their own. So now my thing was, well, I'm just gonna eat all the fucking dumplings, and nobody's getting any of these dumplings.
Because I can do this faster.
I can just go back and forth. So I'm just fucking shoveling dumplings in my mouth so nobody else gets them, and show them who's a fucking fool. And yeah, and by the way, it was so much food. I was like about to fucking pass out, just eating it, just
you
prideful.
got a point to prove. It doesn't matter how you feel.
It does not matter. And so, gets to the end, we all tap out. Dude, we've ate 12 barrels of dumplings. We've ate so many dumplings. Like, it's insane. And so, check comes out. James, Tabitha's boyfriend, grabs the check, pays quickly.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Pays quickly. Mike had cash like ready to go, gives him the cash, gives him like $40, and James is like, oh, we'll just give this as part of the tip. Gets to do the tip. I'm on the other side of the table just coloring, and I was like, wait, what happened? And then they go off, and then he tells the guy like, oh, you can keep the tip. The waiter, Dennis, looks at the tip and then like blushes. And it's like, oh my God, are you serious? Are you like this is for me? Whatever. And it has like this, oh my God, thank you. Comes back, thank you so much, whatever, the whole thing. And I was like, well, these fucking assholes got me over here.
Yeah, you motherfucker.
Just standing, just y'all just gonna change this man's life? I don't get to have no part of that. I'm just over here, just fucking, all right, well, fuck all of you then. And so I was like, hey,
it for YouTube because it changed his life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's all kind of, and so I just fucking knocked the camera down. I'm like, hey, I'm paying for some of this, okay? I don't need you to pay for me.
I'll buy him a Corolla too. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck what you want, Dennis. It's on me, okay? I got this, all right? And so I'm arguing with James about how he's not better than me, even though he's got money and chopsticks.
Good.
So he ain't fucking better than me. All right, look. If
not.
I wanted to learn chopsticks, I could have some chopsticks. Okay, and maybe if I want money, I could do that too. Okay, if I thought about it, maybe, but I just don't want money. All right, maybe that's it.
Did you ever think about that?
Everything about more money, more problems? Huh?
Maybe you're a simp for money. You're a simp for money.
Huh?
How about that?
Out here simping for cash. Look at you. Out here. And so we're arguing it out because he's a simp for cash, and and I'm not selling out that way. But I'm like, well, I'm fucking paying something. I'll be goddamn if I'm just gonna sit here and y'all just gonna take care of me like I'm some kind of, it's like y'all gotta fucking hold my hand and shit. And so he's like, well, why don't you just give him the money like as a tip? Just give him his tip. And I was like, you know what? I fucking will. I will.
You think I won't?
Dennis walks by. I'm like, Dennis, I have some. I'm holding up cash. I'm like, Dennis, I have money for you. This is for you. And Dennis is so confused because he's already gotten a life-changing amount of tip. And I'm now, here's $8, Dennis. Here you go. Yeah, why don't you put that in your pocket too?
That's right. Other people, the whole time.
Other people can tip in there too. And now Dennis is so touched that he stops and he's like, I just have to ask, like, what is this about? Like, what did I do? Like, so that way I can do it, like, for the next staff, you know, because I don't feel like I did that great a job in this whole thing. And
how much did he fucking tip him?
I know at least 40, because Mike handed him $40 and he said, okay, I'm just give this as a tip. And then whatever he tipped him, which must have been at least that too. We must have gave him at least $100 plus tip, plus my $8. So
don't leave your $8 out. It's just
yeah,
as
my $8. Look,
it's just as important.
It's just as important, exactly. Okay, and so
it came from the same place. A sweetheart. That's what matters.
Yeah. And so he's asking, what did he do? And I'm so glad I caught myself, Josh, because I have a tendency to be just too honest about things.
I know. Oh, do you? Oh, do
you? Fucking George Washington over here, fucking chopping down cherry trees and shit. So I cannot tell a lie, Josh.
Bruh, I just downloaded it. I listen to the most boring books on Audible. I started yesterday a 41-hour book on George Washington, and it is fucking funny to hear. Yeah, dude, that's so fucking funny to hear that. 41-hour biography. What kind of life did that dude have?
God damn. I mean, what did he even do? Jesus Christ.
I sleep through it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'll never know. Okay, so he's asking us how he can take this performance and go to the next table so that he can be his best waiter or whatever. And thank God, all I ended up saying was like, Dennis, you're just great. You're just great, Dennis. Just keep on being the best Dennis that you ever did do. Just that's you, and we're just telling him that, right? And
you're you, and that's
you're
enough.
You, and that's all that we need. And so that's all you ever need to be, Dennis, is you. Okay.
God damn it.
But my instinct, I had to stop myself from going, oh, well, this is because fucking James wants to pay for the whole goddamn table and won't accept my money, so that's why you get this money now, is because James over here wants to act like he fucking runs shit as king of the dumplings over here, just fucking, I'll go to James for any dumpling question I'll have in the future, okay? All hail James and his money and chopsticks and dumplings. That's why, Dennis. That's why. But
because fuck James, that's why.
Fuck James, I got $8. That's why. All right, I want to pay for something, and I am a supermodel. Okay, I do have a nice jawline.
Your girlfriend thinks I'm handsome. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, I just said handsome, and it reminded me. So, our lawnmower.
Of us?
Of course of us. But our lawnmower died, and I haven't been able to cut the grass. And I've been paying my neighbor's kid to cut the grass for me, because he's saving up for baseball camp or drugs or whatever. And so I've been giving him money to cut my grass because I'm not a man. Just you come over here and it doesn't matter. I'm simping for cash. So The backyard has been really bad because I usually don't want to ask him to come and do the backyard because we haven't had him over all year. So it's gotten so bad that like the backyard, we had like trees growing in the backyard like that
Yeah.
it was just insane. And it was we have snakes and stuff coming out of the back. So I'm like, all right, we got to do something. So I paid this kid like $120 to cut our whole yard down, but I should have paid him more because he fucking worked all day. We've tricked Zoe, my daughter, into thinking that prunes are candy. Because they come in a little...
Josh, those of you that aren't watching, Josh just looked over his shoulder to make sure his daughter didn't hear him say that.
I heard her yell a minute ago, and then I just want to make sure she wasn't there. So we convinced her that prunes are candy because we got them in these little individual wrapped things because she doesn't like to poop. This is way too much. Anyway, the kid cut the grass for us, and Zoe said, "Can I go give him a candy?" And I said, "Oh yeah." And she ran out to him, and she handed this kid a prune. This teenage, like 17-year-old kid. She handed him a prune and said, "You could have a candy. Thank you for cutting our grass. It looks so good, and you're so very handsome."
Aww.
And then he took the prune, and she ran back inside and closed the door. And I laughed so fucking hard at that. I've never heard her say that anybody was handsome before. But I mean, like, he's a 17-year-old kid that plays baseball. You know, when 17, you can't have fat when you're 17. Yeah. So he's out there cutting the grass without a shirt on. My 5-year-old is like, he's so handsome.
Yeah, you get your handsome ass out of my yard, all right?
Oh, bro, I couldn't. I went and bought a lawnmower that fucking day, and it never happening again. But it was so funny, and I asked Zoe. I said, "Hey, baby, why did you tell him he was handsome?" Because I just wanted to see. I wanted to see what she said, and she said, "Well, when you tell me I'm beautiful, it makes me feel really good." And I was like,
"Well.
So you wanted him to feel good?" She goes, "Yeah, he was nice for cutting our grass, so I thought if I said that, it would make him feel happy." And I was, "Well, dude, I'm fucking nailing this parenting thing.
Yeah, you got to go.
Fucking nailing it.
You got to go in there. Show her chopsticks."
I'm going to put a picture in right here that proves all of this is not true. Because she just... Michelle took a picture of both of them giving me the middle finger because I've been watching a lot of Stone Cold stuff on the network. And Zoe is just walking around the house holding up middle fingers. She'll jump up on the couch and she'll just throw her arms up with both middle fingers. So Michelle just sent me a picture of her. If you fucking dropped your microphone.
I didn't. I was just adjusting it. No, I check every time now. Now that I was at full for a fucking week. Just didn't know how to work a microphone for a week. That was I mean, I know I went through this last week, but I'm all breathy on docu-commentary. I'm not even speaking into the mic on our show, and then I ate a dick at the Go Brewing show. Like, that was my week of microphones. So embarrassing.
And that's why you turned it around and shit all over.
Yeah, because I'm hurt. Because I'm hurt, and I want to make sure other people are hurt, okay? Because that makes me feel better.
Sense. I knew my set was perfect. Now this makes more sense.
Yeah. No, it's because I'm a sad, angry, bitter man. That's why, Josh, is because the world figured out microphones without me, and I'm angry about it because I feel left behind. Okay.
I got a new neighborhood Watts if you're interested.
Dude, I'm so interested. Please, let's go.
The house where my mortal enemy lived and died, has been sold, and a new couple moved in. I'm actually for once pointing in the right direction. The house is actually over there. This couple moved in, and they're like, how do I say this nicely? Some kind of hipster yuppie fucks. They have like
that's how they would say it. So that
if I asked them to describe themselves, they would say free range hipster yuppie fucks. That's what they would say.
That's what they want to be called,
motherfuckers.
And I'll call you whatever soy boy shit you want to be called.
Oh, this dude he bathes in soy milk. I can tell just by looking at him. I can smell it on him. He was wearing one of these big Pharrell hats, like one of the big Him and his wife, and she had or girlfriend, whatever. She has on like these big old, very hipster. Like she's wearing probably his jeans, and they're walking around the neighborhood with their big hats, taking Polaroids of other people's houses. And I'm sure
that's gotta get out of my neighborhood.
Coffee book or some bullshit. But I was sitting on my front porch. Smoking a blunt, and just like a normal person without a shirt on. When I saw him taking pictures, you know how you had a second where you were like, I'm not just going to tell Dennis it's because James was trying to make me look like a goddamn asshole? You took a second to think. I don't have that. I didn't have that. So I'm sitting on my front porch smoking, no, it was a pipe. I had a pipe in my hand, and I see them take a Polaroid of my house. And I just stand up, and I said, hey, the fuck are you doing? And like,
welcome to the neighborhood,
dude. I've been sick for 2 weeks, so I haven't like smoked flower at all. So I'm out of my mind high, and I haven't been in the gym. And that morning I had done some kettlebell stuff, so I'm fucking ready to I will track a bison down and eat it alive. I'm ready to go, and these fucks are gonna take. And dude, the second I started talking, I was like, "This is way too much. This is way too much."
Oh, and you start by yelling, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Hey, the fuck are you doing?
Too much? Yeah.
And then I walked down to talk to them. I walked down to fight him is why I walked down. And as I'm walking down, I realized you're walking too fast. You're walking too fast to be a 250-pound mohawked meat castle without a shirt on that just yelled the fuck at them as you run down. This is too fast. And dude, they turned around and ran back to their house like roaches when the lights turned on. Like absolutely fucking horrified. And this was like 3 or 4 days ago, and I haven't seen them come out of the house.
Haven't seen them since?
Once. And I want to say, hey, I didn't mean to scare the fuck out of you. Like, there's one house, and then us. So, like, you can come outside. It's safe. But, like, the whole time while I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, this is too much. This is way too much. But it also, like, now you know. Now you know what you said. Now you know.
Look, you know what you're dealing with when you walk outside, okay? Now you know what could be waiting for you.
But
Don't just be walking around on a fucking pogo stick and taking Polaroids of people and shit with your twisty mustache and your big ass ridiculous bike. It's all 10 feet high in the air and a big wheel.
If I see a unicycle, I'm gonna fuck your whole family up. You understand me? Dude, it was so funny. Like my house is on
the first fucking kazoo I see. I'll burn your house to the ground. Okay.
So help me Christ. So my house is kind of on a hill, and as I was going down, downhill, so I caught speed, and I remember thinking it more than once. Oh, you're going too fast. This is too fast, Chase.
That's
I'm
too
not,
much.
Bro. I'm not kidding you. If I had a hockey mask and a machete in my hands, they wouldn't have run as fast as they did. So I want to tell them, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Like, but I have to, like, I know.
How do you do it now?
I know you were scared, and I know why. It's totally reasonable. But now it's been like 4 days, so what do I... They're not going to answer the door if I go knock on it. They look in their eye hole and just see me staring. They're not going to fucking answer the door. Doesn't matter if I have cookies in my hand or not. So, like, now what do I... Do I apologize? Or
I don't know.
Do I just, like, hey, I set boundaries, we know where we're at?
You might have to just let it go. I don't know. Because this is the thing that also could happen is you could go to explain it and you'd be like, hey, you remember? You remember that time that I screamed at you and you took off running? And they might be like, no. Like, they might try to, like, act like they might have tried to put it out of their mind.
Oh, no, you remember. You ran like little bitches. You don't remember that?
It might have to be something where, like, 3, 4, 5 years from now, after y'all have, like, suddenly become neighborhood friends and have like had get-togethers and stuff, or one day where you're drunk and you go, do you remember? Like that might be like, you might have to just let it go right now and just hope at future days you'll have a moment where you can go, I've been meaning to bring this up. You remember
when you thought I was gonna eat both of you? Do you remember that?
You remember that? That was wild, right? That was crazy. What were you thinking?
I didn't expect them to run. And then when they did run, I was like, well, they're just going to be 5 feet away. And I could step in the street and go, I'm not going to murder you! Or whatever.
Yeah.
But I stepped in the street and they're running up their driveway into their house. And I was like, I'll see him tomorrow. And it's been like 4 or 5 days. And now
the
it's
house
like,
is up for sale.
Now it's like there's too much now. It's gone too far now.
At my show last night at the dog park, this dude came up to talk to me. So I've been telling that story about being on mushrooms and the dude taking a piss behind the dumpster while I was standing in the field.
Really good. Yeah.
It's become a bit on stage, right? And so what's happening now is after shows, all the mushroom people are coming up to me and telling me their mushroom stories.
They like to talk.
Yeah, and so this dude comes up and he's like, I have a story for you. I was like, let's go, let's hear it, And I can't wait to use it in my little act. And so
my little skit.
My little skits, I can't wait. And so I know you're going to give me permission, so I'll just tell you out the gate. I can't wait to use this. And so he tells me he likes to forage for mushrooms, which I didn't know was the terminology, which is he goes out and gets them. He goes gathers them. And so apparently he decided he was going to go to, there's like a elementary school that's not far from his house. And there's like
I like
a
where
fence.
this is going.
Yeah, exactly. And so dude, this is like the visual is hilarious. Just put yourself there. All right. So there's a gate, like a fence situation, and there's a bunch of blueberries, and then there's mushrooms there. And so he goes and he starts trying to grab all the mushrooms. So he's like in this bush, kind of by the fence line of the school, digging out mushrooms. And then recess starts. All these kids start running out to the playground, and they get there and stop because there's like a grown man in a bush
eating mushrooms
by the fence, grabbing mushrooms. And so then like the principal has to come out and like, hey, what? Hey, what are you doing? What's going on?
The fuck is that you doing?
The fuck you doing? And so
I should
he's
be a
just
principal.
he's just all, dude. I mean, you got step one of when you see danger, you scream, "What the fuck is going on around here?" And so I think that works for bears too. I'm pretty sure you can chase off bears that way.
You say, "What the fuck is happening around here?" Fast enough, a bear will get out of there. They don't want to fuck around.
No, not at all. And so now he's stuck, like he looks like Bigfoot, like stuck in this fucking in this bush. And he's got mushrooms in his hand, and he's going, "I was just trying to. These are mushrooms, and I was trying to get mushrooms because I like drugs. And these are. Oh my God! Please don't call the cops. Please don't call the cops." And so apparently the principal laughed about it and was like, "Please just leave and don't come back while students are here." He was like, "Okay, thank you so much." Went back to his house, and then he told me he went back during Thanksgiving because he knew the kids wouldn't be there for Thanksgiving, and the entire bush was wiped clean.
That principal fucked him. That's what happened.
That principal went got him.
Yep. As bro was like, "Oh fuck, I know where they at now."
I was just trying to put myself in the mindset of like, all right, I'm gonna hurry up and try to get these mushrooms right quick, and then suddenly.
So was he stuck? Why didn't he run? Was he stuck?
I mean, I think he probably just froze. I mean, he probably just didn't know. I think he thought because it was during the pandemic that school wasn't even in. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
Like, I think it might have, I'm assuming he didn't say that part of it. I didn't question him too much. And, but.
I got a lot of questions.
I'm just trying to think of if I was like, I'm going to go try to get those mushrooms, and I was digging in a bush, and then suddenly all the children came out. It's in that bush. Like, it's just, it's a
what
very,
do you do?
like.
How do you respond?
I think he did what he did. I think you just kind of laugh and smile.
I'm fighting or running.
I would have been, I'd have been like, just what the fuck type of school are you running here? Do you know that these are mushrooms around these children? You're just letting these children just play around this. This is sick. This is sick. Honestly, I gotta take all of this.
Take your phone out and start video. You know what?
You know what? This is the principal that lets their kids play around mushrooms. Probably lets them take them. That's what she does. She's the one that's wrong.
Look at these big delicious mushrooms.
Yeah, I'm gonna take all of these.
For
evidence.
That would be the perfect reason to use like one of the best parts from Tim Robbins' show when he gets busted in the hot dog suit and the security guards come and he does, "You're fucking dog shit," and then just runs away. That's what I would tell. Yeah. What are you doing? There's kids there. You're fucking dog shit.
You're fucking dog shit. You're fucking dog shit.
Bro, I don't know how, this sounds crazy to say, but I think about that a lot. Like, when I was a teenager, you could just run from the cops. Because if you did something and somebody had to call the cops, they didn't have a phone to take your picture with. So they just had to hope that you were going to stay there the whole time.
You could get
while
away.
You waited, and you'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to go. I'm not going to stay here."
And not to mention, like, even if, like, say they knew this is Josh, I'm going to catch the Watts, right? I'm going to catch the one finally, right? And you took off and you're so goddamn fast and they can't catch. And even though they know, like, that's Josh Watts, like, you don't have a phone that they can, like, tap and follow or nope. Like, you could literally
it's just fucking rumors and slander.
Yeah, you could run into a new future. You could just run away into a new life and be fine.
That's pretty much what I did when I joined the Air Force. My dad was like, before that, he said, "You have to get a job," and I went and applied at a gas station right by my house, and they made me take a drug test. Mm-hmm. And I knew I was going to fail it. But my dad wanted me to have a job before I joined the Air Force, before I left for the Air Force, in between. So I applied at this gas station, and I had started, my friend was taking, I think it was called Dexedrine, which was like one of the early ADHD medicines, like 2000s. And I was eating the shit out of them. And I knew I was going to fail a drug test. I didn't expect the gas station to give me a drug test. But like it was I knew I was going to fail. I still drove out, paid $35, took the drug test, came home. But as soon as I got home, I called my Air Force recruiter and was like, "Can I go now?"
I got to go now, actually. Can we
get
this going?
Bro, I left like 3 or 4 days after that. While I was in basic training, my dad got the letter from the drug people. They were like, "Oh, yeah, you got a lot of stuff in your system." And like, how could you be mad? I'm already training to be a national hero now. You can't be mad. I've turned my life around. I've already done it. It's turned around now. I'm a hero now. In a couple of years, you're going to see me asleep right behind George Bush. There you go. I fucking did it, Dad. Thank you. Drugs, I don't need you anymore. I made it. Thanks, Dad. You got me on the right path.
You fixed me. Now let's never talk about this ever, ever, ever.
Oh, it came up.
Oh, but it came up.
Yeah, it did. It came up. All right.
Nice. All right, man. You ready to go?
Oh, fuck it. God damn, this went quick, man. We had a good episode.
Yeah.
Time flies when your heart's broken.
Yeah, when you gotta, you know.
Hey,
put the pieces of a broken friendship back together.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to tell you something for real. I didn't watch that Nate special. I just said that because you hurt my feelings. I ain't even seen it yet.
I appreciate you.
I blocked Nate on Netflix. I blocked him, so I just wanted you to know that. I just said it out of pain. It wasn't real. I haven't even seen it.
It's just lashing out.
I'm sorry.
I did that on stage the other day. One of the shows I was doing with the Dirty Booty Boy, he was the show me and Travis run at the Viking Bar. Remember I was telling you about the Viking Bar?
Yeah.
And it's got a bad PA system. even though the fucking owner, every time we're like, all right, we're gonna check the mic, and it starts hissing and stuff, and like you can't even have it close to you without it giving feedback. And every time he's like, well, I don't know, it was working earlier today, it was working yesterday, it's been fine. I don't know what's going on. It's probably something you're doing. I'm like, no, I'm talking into the microphone, it's clearly not working. He's like, well, it's the best PA system that there ever could be, so I don't know what the problem is. And so we have this fucking so we have this argument with him every time. And so we figured out, you got to hold it kind of a little bit away from your mouth so it doesn't feedback or whatever. Dirty Booty Boy likes to yell into the mic. He's one of those dudes. And you ever met one of them guys?
No. One of them dudes? I hate whenever those guys show up.
Yeah. And so we're telling him, we're like, bro, do not yell into the mic. Pull it away from yourself. The whole thing, whatever. And then he goes up, and the second he starts, what's up, Vikings, Skull, Beer Hall, Walker? It's just like we're pulling back. Me and Travis just start yelling. We didn't give a fuck. We didn't give him one second. We're like I'm trying not to say his name. We're like, Dirty Booty Boy, take the mic away from your face. All right, take it away from your face. He's in the middle of his joke. We're like, away from your face. Take it away from your face, right? And so we do that. So he fixes it. We kill all of his momentum. It takes him like 3 minutes to get it back because it's all weird in there. And so then I go up to pick up the pieces that he fucking fumbled, and so I'm doing it. And then at a certain point, I go to lean into a punchline. I got a little too excited, and I kind of yelled into the mic a little bit, and it fed back. And I repeated the punchline in a more calmer way to like get a laugh. And I was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, I just had to make sure you guys heard me because I had a moment where I sounded like Dirty Booty Boy back there, and then everybody started laughing. And then I was like, Dirty Booty Boy, I'm sorry. I was like, that's not about you.
You know what?
That's me. I felt some way because they didn't laugh the way I thought they were gonna laugh, and I lashed out at you, and that's not fair. That's not fair. And I'm sorry.
Well done.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to eventually. I'm gonna have to message him and be like, "Can I say your first name?" Because
it's gonna. I was just about to tell you, you're gonna slip up, and I can't fucking wait.
Because I'm now calling you Dirty Booty Boy, and is that what you want? Like, which way would you rather go? Would you rather just own up to this? We might have him on the pod just to explain.
We should so he could. We're gonna have him on the pod to shit his pants.
Yeah, just to shit his pants and his and to explain his dietary problems.
August 14th, the North Shore Comedy's next show is August 14th. I will put the link for tickets down in the description of the video.
Description?
And, I almost said bio. I'll put it down in the description of the video. If you live around, you want to come out, they're $10 a ticket. We got Howard Hall, Mike Honore, Krangus Gillespie, and Jacob Craig, and ya boy hosting the show. Tickets are $10. Come on out and let's fist fight boredom. Fuck yeah.
Guys, bucketsduckets.com, 5-star Apple reviews. Oh, yeah, let's read this out.
Oh, yeah. We did. Lift our spirit. This has been a down episode, Chase. Let's lift our spirits up with some praise.
I thought I pulled it back with that dumpling story, but okay, let's get some
the dumpling story was really good. You should work that on stage.
Feedback in here. I'm thinking about it. I
like that a lot.
Okay, so this is, I don't know who, I don't even really know how to say what the name is. It's Sicko, I got that. Mm-hmm. Sicko, and then it's SIBLJNVS. So, Sicko Sibligivens. So, Sicko, that's what you're going with. We're just going with Sicko, but 5 stars. Thank you. Okay. Appreciate that, Sicko. Keep the laughs coming. That's the heading.
All right.
As long as we don't hurt our each other's feelings, that's what we're gonna do.
That's all we do.
Bringing it. Such great content. I listen to y'all at work, and it helps the time go by. My coworkers probably think I'm crazy since I randomly LOL all caps exclamation point. Thanks for the laughs. No, Sicko. Thank you. You're who we do it for, Sicko. So thank you for your 5-star.
Thank you, you sick fuck. We appreciate it.
You sick fuck. You have moved your way into being a Ducket head, and we appreciate you for that. Guys, make sure you keep giving us those 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. We are very close to, this might be too inside for me to talk about this, we are very close to hitting our stream number for the podcast for our advertisement, and I would love to not have to listen to my sleepy voice at the beginning of every podcast again. So go ahead and go ahead and just download that because I haven't I was not happy with it, and then I'd never recorded another one, and then we've just put it on 40 straight episodes of me telling you about Anchor. But seriously, check out Anchor. By the way, I did get somebody to start a podcast on Anchor, so Anchor, how about you give me my fucking money? And
give us our fucking money, Edgar.
So yeah, but we are very close to reaching our mark for that advertisement. Which would be nice because either they're going to re-up with us or we don't have to listen to that ad every episode anymore.
No, fuck them. I want money.
I want more money.
Money. Thanks for listening.
Bucketsofduckets.com. Bye.